The NBA season has started, and we are going to talk about one of the very biggest stars in the NBA. So, divergence a little bit from the 90s once again, but I think you'll really enjoy this one. Let's get right into it. Welcome to the most passionate content for card collectors on YouTube and possibly the whole entire internet. As usual, I am your host, Jake Roy. 90s b-ball cards here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, occasionally a little bit of TikTok when I've got the time. So, you know the drill. So, today we're talking about Steph Curry. So, the NBA season has opened, and in the opening game, he dropped a triple-double on one of the championship favorites, Lakers. So, an incredible opening game for the season and an incredible performance from one of the greatest players in the league right now. So, we're going to look at the top 10 cards in my collection of Steph Curry. So Steph Curry, as you might have heard from some of my prior episodes and some other podcasts I've been on, is my wife's favorite player in the NBA. She's also a Lakers fan, so she was very excited for that opening game. So a lot of these cards are ones that I have pack pulled and held on to over the years. So you'll see what I've got in there, a little bit of everything. Nothing too crazy. It's not like I have this secret crazy stash of one Steph Curry's, but definitely some fun stuff in there. I might start off a little bit slow and then ramp up. You'll see what we're talking about. So let's get right into the cards. All right, here we go. Top 10 Steph Curry cards in my PC. Starting off with number 10, of course, a pack pulled card. We're going to start with that, right? So we've got 2017-2018 Essentials. So this is just a base card and one I really enjoy. I loved Essentials. Now it's part of Chronicles most of the time if you find it. So it really gives me some of those nostalgic feels of Flair Showcase, but with a more modern edge. You get some of the geometric shapes there. So this is one of those products that I found at a retail setting back in 2017. I just wanted to rip open some packs, said, hey, I'll give this a shot and see if I like it. And I did really well. I pulled, this, and obviously got some rookies, Jason Tatum being the one, which I ended up moving. Unfortunately, I wish I still had that card. But these cards aren't worth a ton. I think that they might gain in popularity if it were to come back. You never know. I just think they're really cool looking stuff that I enjoy picking up when I find them in dollar bins and whatnot. Lots of parallels. But again, just the base card here, you're looking at about $5 for this card. So nothing too crazy, but very fun to look at for sure. Number 9. Here we've got one that I pulled. This was a product that I opened live. I did not pull this one from that live opening, but Hoops Premium Stock NBA City Silver or Prism or Hollow, whatever you want to call it. So the insert set, I think this is a really clean looking insert set. A lot of people didn't like that they put this in the regular Hoops and the Premium Stock. They thought it kind of watered it down, but I really enjoyed it more in the Premium Stock than the regular one. Didn't really care for it there. So this is number 9. This is, $5 to $10 for this card is typically what you find them going for. Lots of different colors, but the silver is always a classic to me. And I love that jersey that they've got on in that picture. So one of those that I've got a lot of nostalgia for, ripping that product open with you, doing very well with that, but also some really cool designs that I enjoy. So really fun. I like that. Might be in the minority for that. So number 8. This one is a Hoops product that they kind of tried to do a harken back to some of the 90s inserts with prime twine and a design that I think really would have served well being a die cut. But of course, that's going to be a little bit more intricate for Panini. Sometimes they try to stick to something a little bit more simple. So this one also, a little bit above that NBA City, but close to the same price. So $5 to $10, and this is just one that I think they could have done much better and it would have been a much more popular set for sure. There are some parallels, something I'm not too wild about, unfortunately, but a swing and a miss. They tried to hit back to the 90s. Next one here on the list, we've got a 2010 Donruss. So the first year that Panini made the Donruss product, and this is the green or the die cut parallel. So really cool. I mean, the photo on this almost looks like it's got a vintage filter on it. This is known for the Paul George rookie card that went crazy when he was doing well in the playoffs. So this is one of those sets that's fluctuated because there's not a ton of premium stuff from 2010, when Panini was really it was the first time they were the only product in town. So they were still trying to get their feet under them. So this is an early year Steph Curry, which is one of the things that I enjoy about it, and one of the few parallels you can get from this product. So this one goes for about $15 to $20. Is roughly where you can find it. They don't come terribly often, not to say that they're significantly more rare than any other parallel, just not something you find all that often. So something I enjoy. Again, pack pulled back in the day, always like finding those in my collection and holding on to those. Next one we've got here is the first year that Donruss had Crunch Time. So this is the 2019-2020 Crunch Time of Steph Curry, and a set that I enjoy this this theme, kind of going back to that old school, back of the cereal box. Some of you might remember I've graded some of those post cereal box cards, which were baseball cards back in the day. So I think this is a lot of fun nostalgia for a lot of folks, and myself as a kid loved doing some of those fun hunts for toys in the cereal boxes. So a lot of fun cereal stuff. For me, and Steph Curry, gotta love that guy. I love how they kind of almost have, where you'd have nutritional facts, they've got his averages for different statistical categories. So a lot of fun little details here. There are some parallels, and they made it in the next year, which is something I would like to get. Haven't gotten one yet. This is one of the Donruss inserts that I really like. This, as well as the the net marbles that everybody loves right now. So these are fun for sure. All right, the next one here, 2016 Prism Mosaic. So this is the first year of Mosaic, and this set, when we were hearing that Mosaic was going to have its own set, this set was going crazy. The Steph Curry, the LeBron James were just a couple that were really getting a lot of people excited. Giannis, the LeBron was really the one that was doing significantly better than the rest, and that hype has definitely settled down. But I had to pick this up because, first off, it was pretty inexpensive, very eye-catching. You guys know that this silver pattern for the Mosaic refractor is the whole base set. This is what they had on silver finest refractors in the 90s, and it's my favorite refractor pattern. It was back in the 90s, and it remains such. Very busy, so some people don't really enjoy it, but I really do, because it brings me back to some of those memories of the 90s, and this being the first year of Mosaic, something that I just wanted to pick up the Steph Curry of. I have a couple of LeBrons, I have a couple Currys, so always enjoy getting those really important players to me of some fun sets that I think harken back to the 90s and have some sentimental value for sure. So this one, getting a little bit more valuable. So this is about $15 to $20, $25 sometimes. So, average is right around the $20 mark. Again, these were going for a bit more back when Mosaic was announced, but then once it came out, it died down pretty quickly. So if you like this pattern, something to enjoy there for sure. All right, taking a step up here. 2009 Prestige Rookie of Steph Curry. So this is one of, those sets that's not the most sought after set in the world. The rookie cards that you want to see for Steph Curry, Topps Chrome for sure. But this was the first year of Panini getting in there, and they had a few different versions of this with different jerseys. I like this one because it's him in the Summer League uniform, and I always like, whenever I can find something of him in that first year Warriors uniform, I just like that one even better because it's just that rookie year that he had that. So kind of a placeholder for point in time when he was in that picture. So this is the very beginning of his career in the NBA, and what a career it has been thus far. So this, again, something I pack pulled. My brother and I actually both got a copy of this Steph Curry back in the day, and at the time Steph Curry wasn't the biggest name in the hobby, so we held on to him, and very glad that we did. Right now this card ungraded is about $100 card, something I was planning to send off to grading before everything got shut down for grading. So definitely still trying to wait it out, and eventually I'll get this graded and hang on to it for quite a while. Again, my wife's a favorite player, so a good excuse to hang on to Steph Curry's for now anyway. Next one, 2012 Prism. This is just the base card. This is something I picked up when he was injured. A lot of people were not talking about Steph Curry when he was out with the injury, and something I really wanted to get in my collection. 2012 Prism was just starting to heat up at that point in time, and I definitely wanted to get a little piece of something before it got astronomical. So picked this one up for like $5, if you can believe it. Again, just the base, and these things were sky high at one point. The base craze definitely calmed down, but these are still pretty sought after for the first year of Prism. So something I'm glad to have been able to get in my collection again before it went crazy. So right now, these are worth about $120. You know, at a point in time, they were worth up to, you know, $200, $250 for a raw copy. Again, something that I might debate getting graded. I don't think it's gonna gem, so that kind of gives me a little bit of pause, but you know, who knows? I've been wrong before and thought things wouldn't gem that have gemmed. So you know, one of those cards, again, like I said, I was glad to get it when it was cheap, glad to still have it in my collection when it's not cheap. So we'll see what happens with this one in the future, but fun piece of history for the hobby for sure. All right, next one, number 2, 2009 Studio Rookie of Steph Curry. And this is one, again, I pack pulled when I was a kid, and I actually found it. It was still sitting in the package. Sometimes when I would be opening packs when I was younger, I was a little bit foolish. I would take the cards and I put them back in the pack. So I found an open pack, went through it, and found the Steph Curry rookie in there. There's also a James Harden rookie. I did very well with those packs, and I really enjoyed Studio. That's why I picked a lot of those cards up, or a lot of those packs, I should say, and ripped as much as I could. And I really enjoyed the horizontal design and the little bit of a kind of a grayed out picture in the back. Again, love those first year, those rookie year uniforms. I love seeing kind of that baby face Steph Curry. I mean, he's still baby face, but even more so than he looked very young. For sure. You know, so this card ungraded is about 170, 180. Sometimes they can go low around $100 if the condition doesn't look great, and sometimes if the condition looks really well, they'll go for above $200. So again, something I'm thinking about grading. Not too wild about horizontal cards in graded slabs, but sometimes it makes sense, you know, with Steph Curry cards of this you know, kind of importance, rookie cards especially, it makes sense. And again, there's not a ton of products to choose from for Steph Curry rookies outside of Topps and Topps Chrome. Those are the premium ones, so the Panini stuff, you know, I think it makes sense for sure. So that's a fun one. Number 1, this one's gonna look familiar. There we go. Another 2009 Studio. So this is one that I had already graded. Like I said, I did very well with these packs. So I pulled 2 of the Steph Curry and decided to grade one. I tried to take a look. I thought this one was the better condition of the 2, so I sent this one first to see, you know, if it comes back a 7, I'm not going to send the other one that I think might not be as well centered or whatnot. So a 9 on this, I was very happy with. So definitely going to be a bump in value between this and the raw copy, as you'd expect. But again, I did the same thing with the Kobe White. You might have seen in the last PSA order, and thought I sent the better condition one first. It got a 9. I sent the lesser condition one second. That one got a 10. So what do I know? I'm definitely not an expert grader. So that other one could come back and surprise me for sure. So right now, this PSA 9 copy is about a $370 card. You know, they can vary wildly. We know PSA 9s are not all created equally, so I've seen them go for anywhere from, you know, $260 to $450. I think $450 is a little high for these, but you know, sometimes you get some of that hype in an auction, and you know, the sky's the limit. But right around the $370 point is kind of the median point. So number 1 card in my collection, makes sense. It's a graded rookie card of Steph Curry, but next year, after getting some of these graded, when the prices come back down, it could look very different. Fun look into a different part of my PC. So one of the things I'd like to hear is, what do you think about doing something like this? A look into a different part of my PC, talk about some more modern cards, modern players, something a little different. Not something I can do too often because I don't have many, but Steph Curry is definitely one of those few guys that I do enjoy keeping in my collection. So a lot of fun, and makes sense with the timing for the NBA season right now. So question of the day for you, we talked about your championship picks in the last one last week. Now I want to hear, who's your choice for MVP? So Steph Curry had a great first game. I definitely think that he is going to be one of the front runners for MVP, but there are a lot of guys that could be up there. Obviously every year LeBron and Giannis are 2 of the names that you can't forget about. Luka's always up there. It seems like at this point in time in his career. Last year, Jokic surprised a lot of people getting the MVP. So who could it be this year? Let me know down in the comments, who's your pick for MVP this year in the NBA. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss any videos in the future. New videos coming out once, sometimes twice a week. Always looking into parts of my PC, ripping open packs from the 90s, talking about the odds, interviews with collectors, and so much more. Thanks. We'll talk later.